Coming up on ELN Morning, how canvases and paints are helping one student find his identity.
Watch out for Johnny Appleseed. Our Meredith Stuff takes us around the state to find some red delicious fruit.
And we'll put those apples to good use. Our Corey Shegda whipped up some yummy treats for us to try this morning. Definitely feels like the first day of fall. The chill is in the air. It's about 60 degrees this morning.
Right now, you're taking an early look at Elon, getting a peek of downtown waking up. Now, across campus, college coffee is underway in the Global Commons, but we're staying warm with our coffee right here in Studio A.
Good morning, Elon. I'm Ashley McGettrick.
And I'm Paige Peroso, and we're ready to kick off fall with you this morning.
That's right. We're taking you to the Burlington Carousel Festival, and we'll introduce you to one member of the community who has a passion for fashion.
We also have Professor Robert Thomas, a certified self-defense instructor, here to teach us some moves.
But first, we're going to throw it over to our Katie Mergy, who joins us with what's happening around the world this morning. Katie, what's going on with today's wake-up call?
Thanks, guys. The United States joined Arab nations like Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Jordan, and Qatar in carrying out airstrikes on ISIS targets in Syria early this morning. It's the first U.S. military action in the area, with the attacks focused on the city of Raqqa, the city ISIS has claimed as the capital of its Islamic State. The attacks began with missiles launched from ships at sea and were followed by airstrikes throughout the night. The United Nations General Assembly is in New York this week, and one of the primary topics of conversation is climate change. President Obama will speak this morning at the Climate Summit after a crowd of more than 400,000 people marched in the streets of the Big Apple, calling for international action and drawing attention to climate change around the world. And finally, the search continues this morning for second-year University of Virginia student Hannah Graham. She was last seen 11 days ago, and Charlottesville police have issued a search warrant for the apartment of Jesse Matthew, the man they believe was the last person to see Graham alive. More than 1,200 people have spent the weekend joining in the effort, helping to search the Charlottesville area and answering the tip hotlines. There's a $50,000 reward for any information that leads to finding Hannah Graham. That's all we have for your wake-up call this morning. I'm Katie Mergy. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Katie. Now, she's known as Hermione from Harry Potter, but this week she's working her magic elsewhere. Emma Watson is United Nations Goodwill Ambassador, and this weekend she announced a new UN campaign, He for She, that works to promote gender equality. The hashtag has already taken Twitter by storm after just 4 days. Let's take a look at a part of her Watson's UN speech now.
We are launching a campaign called He for She. I am reaching out to you because we need your help. We want to end gender inequality. And to do this, we need everyone involved.
Mackenzie Roberts sat down with one student who's using art to paint a picture of his new identity.
I don't know why I'm this way. I've tried to figure it out. I've tried really hard.
Elon Jr. Molly Crawford, who prefers to be referred to as he, says that he doesn't see himself as a typical college student.
I feel like my brain is a mix of male and female, and it's very confusing.
Crawford is an aspiring author, artist, activist, and identifies as transgender. He says it hasn't been easy.
It's been interesting. It's been a struggle to explain that to people, and not many people understand that that's a possibility even.
But that people should feel comfortable with their identity.
I've settled on in between because that feels a lot more right to me.
Crawford believes that students at Elon shouldn't feel insecure about being themselves.
You shouldn't feel like you have to hide. Not that you have to come out, because coming out is not always possible for everyone.
Crawford, who doesn't identify as male or female, uses his artwork as an outlet.
I find it very helpful for sorting through how I'm feeling, to draw self-portraits and things, and to draw how I see myself, because oftentimes when I take that and I compare it to how I actually look, it's not always very similar.
Though he's adjusted his look over the years, Crawford says that now he is more comfortable wearing what he wants.
I think I'm finally reaching a point where I'm happy with myself, and I'm able to wear the more feminine things that I enjoy and not feel like I'm being forced into a box.
He hopes to create an inclusive community where others know they're not alone. Mackenzie Roberts, Elon Local News.
Now, you may not associate politics with pancakes, but that's exactly what happened this weekend. Alamance County Republican headquarters hosted Speaker of the NC House Tom Tillis this weekend for a campaign event in Burlington. The conversations over coffee were about education, an issue that the Republican nominee for Senate says hits close to home.
Opportunities that I had when I was 20 years old and 22 years old are just not out there today. I want those opportunities back because this generation deserves to have the same opportunities that I did.
Now, we checked on Tillis' opponent, Kay Hagan, and while she doesn't have any events on her schedule yet, we will keep you updated as election season continues. Now, no matter who you're planning on voting for this November, you can't make much of an impact if you aren't registered to vote. So our Brendan McGovern is here to show us how with a nifty online option.
Thanks, Paige. We are 6 weeks away from Election Day, which means it's time to register to vote if you haven't already. And ELN has made it really easy through a partnership with the online site TurboVote. So simply log on to elon.edu/vote and register to vote in North Carolina with your ELN address. Or you can sign up to vote in your home state, and TurboVote will mail you your absentee ballot to your campus box. Now, I'm registering to vote now in North Carolina. As you can see, the entire process takes just less than 5 minutes, really easy. Enter some basic information, choose a party. And if you register with your ELN University address, your polling place is the ELN Fire Station number 2. It's just a 2-minute drive from campus. And make sure you don't forget to go to the polls on Election Day. TurboVote will text you reminders for your local, state, and national elections. Now, all I have to do, I'm done. I just have to wait for them to send me the forms. I'll mail them back, and I'm officially registered in North Carolina. I hope to see you at the polls on Election Day. Back to you, Paige.
Thanks, Brennan. And make sure to tune into our ELN election show on November 4th, where we'll have the full coverage of the election all night long.
That's right, and do not go anywhere because we've got a self-defense expert with us today in the studio, and he's going to teach us some safe steps.
And believe it or not, midterm exams are almost 2 weeks away. With late night studying comes late night snacking. We've got tips to help you curb those cravings.
Round and round it goes. Rajat Agarwal took this local attraction for a spin. All that and more coming up next. Hey guys, well, our Rajat Agarwal took a spin on a Burlington tradition this weekend. Let's take a look.
The 27th Annual Carousel Festival had everything a child could want. From rides, to crafts, to face painting. For some, the third weekend in September has been marked on the calendar for years.
I've been here ever since we were like 3. I've gone here every single year for her birthday.
Two sisters, Claire and Ellie, took on a new role at this year's festival.
We sell metal art and garden art and big sculptures.
For some, it was their first time at the festival.
I've never really been here before during the carousel, but during the carousel festival, but today's my first day here at the carousel festival.
The carousel is a historic living museum and more than 100 years old, but it's not the only thing that has people flocking in the gates.
It's a bubble blower. So basically you just make a sock. You put a sock on a half-cut bottle. You put in the solution, which I'm not really sure how it's made, and you just do this.
The face painting booth was popular and gave the carousel some competition for the longest line in the park.
Got my face painted, and it was really fun. A skeleton face. You know, like one of those things that you saw like one of these scary movies, and they don't have their skin. That's what I am.
If you aren't scared away by that face, then rest up for festival number 28 next year, as the event keeps the local tradition spinning. Rajat Agarwal, ELN Local News.
If you're one of the 72% of ELN students studying abroad or plan to in the future, you may be worried about a language barrier. While some students speak the native tongue, others may find themselves lost in translation. Our Katie Kaler has an answer for all of that in this week's App of the Week.
Thanks, ladies. I know when I was abroad, I didn't always have the right word for something while traveling around. Cam Dictionary allows you to translate text just by snapping a picture. It can recognize the word in up to 16 different languages and even includes pronunciations. You can get the app for free for smartphones and for Android devices. The free version allows for up to 300 translations, or you can pay $1.99 for unlimited translations. For this week's App of the Week, I'm Katie Kaler.
Now let's take our own trip around the globe in another edition of Where's That Selfie? Last week's winner was 2014 alum Hannah Delacour. She correctly guessed that our chief photographer, Al Drigo, is studying in Morocco. We're sending some ELN swag up to New York, where she's currently working. And this week's selfie is from our own Michelle Alfini, who is somewhere in South America. The country's native language is Spanish, and it includes the Galapagos Islands. If you think you know where Michelle is, comment on our Facebook page or on Twitter at ELN Morning. She says she's all about that bling bling. Find out which Elon icon is a fashionista. If you want fashion advice and a discount, visit Guillertes at Burlington Brands, where Elon students can get a 10% discount. And this has a cool Elon connection to a campus icon. Let's take a look. Now for some real talk. We're all guilty of late night snacking, so let's see what Paige and our special guests have to say about that.
Bridget Kreeler here, and she is going to tell us all about some late night snacking, how we can do it the healthy way.
So here's some good news, Paige. You know, eating late at night is not always the worst thing for you, but you tend to overeat when those hours get to be later. So basically what you want to focus on is a serving of protein and then a fruit and a vegetable. So whether it be an apple and some cheese, carrots and hummus, my personal favorite, a banana and peanut butter, or blueberries with plain non-fat Greek yogurt. So those are all really healthy options you can go for, and they're better for you because they won't leave you lying awake at night or feeling uncomfortably full. And if you can avoid eating before the hours right before you fall asleep, most likely you'll have more rest. But if you do find yourself hungry late at night and just have to have a snack, try to go for the healthier options and cut down on those extra calories.
Well, I know all the snacks look super delicious. I know they're better than my bag of chips when I get home late at night. So what do you think? I mean, is this stuff, is it cheap for college students? Is it expensive?
Absolutely. You know, getting just a little pack of carrots, you can have that with just...
And it's good for your eyesight.
Exactly, exactly. So this is great too, portion control. It's all about the portion control for me too. So this is a little hummus. And then my favorite almond butter is from Target, so nice and cheap. They have a Simply Balanced line. And a banana goes splendidly with that.
Okay, great. I bet an apple would be delicious too, and it's becoming fall, so that's a great option.
Absolutely.
So, talking about apples, our Meredith Stutz took a trip around the state to a nearby orchard where the fall harvest is used to feed visitors' minds and appetites.
In its 10th season of business, the Millstone Creek Orchard is in full swing, with the plucking of apples and the humming of tractors. Owner Beverly Mooney says that she wants to create an escape.
My goal here is to get away from every day. That's kind of our tagline. I want this to be a place that you step away from the fast pace of the world.
The orchard is located in Ramsey, North Carolina, about 45 minutes from Elon. It covers more than 80 acres of land and offers hay rides, fruit picking, and a variety of fresh food products.
The apple slushies are fantastic, and my son really enjoys playing in the hay. The actual picking of the apples, he already remembers to make sure to twist before you pull.
The mission of Millstone Creek Orchards is more than just picking apples and having a good time. It's about planting a seed in a child's life to teach them about stewardship and taking care of the world around them.
It's our Orchard Fruit Friend. The point of that program is to create a stewardship between the children and the land, and to learn to take better care of our apple trees and to be a teacher here at the orchard.
Mooney started the Orchard Fruit Friend program last season and has already had more than 1,000 children participating from all over the state.
You need to know where apples actually come from because they don't start off in stores, they start off from farmers and orchards.
And this continued curiosity and knowledge is what Mooney says makes the program a success.
Our biggest accomplishment is seeing them teach others how to take care of the land.
Meredith Stutz, Elon Local News.
The Millstone Creek Orchard is open now until December 7th, and head on over to elanlocalnews.com for directions. And we have some apple cider from the orchard here with
thank
us.
you, Meredith.
Yes,
Always looking out for us. All right, let's give it a
try
taste.
some. Cheers to fall. It's going to be great.
Yes. I don't know if I'm an apple cider person, so this could end badly, but let's see.
Let's try a little at least.
eaten worse things on the show. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
We brought the
Oh, that was actually good.
Yeah, it was
I'm
good.
not making it really. Well, with your apple cider, you're gonna want a nice sweater because it is the first day of fall.
So with that chill creeping in the air, let's go to Gary in studio, and he will tell us what our weather is for this week.
Thank you, guys. Good morning, Paige and Ashley. The first day of fall means the days of tank tops and chubbies are gone, and the days of quarter zips and boots are here. Starting out your day, it's going to be chilly. Right now, it's only in the low 60s. Moving into your afternoon, it's going to warm up a little bit with a high of 69 degrees. Overnight, it's going to drop in the mid-50s, so bundle up if you're headed to the library for some late-night studying or if you're going to Fat Frog's Trivia Tuesday. Looking ahead to the next few days, here's a peek at your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Tomorrow should be mostly sunny with a high of 73 and a low of 58. Clouds will roll into Elon on Thursday with a predicted high of 74 degrees. Going into the weekend, temperatures are going to be in the high 70s on Friday and Saturday, and on Sunday we might even reach 80 degrees. That's all I've got from here in the studio. Making sure your day isn't gray, I'm Gary Grumbach, Elon Local News.
Thanks, Gary. Even though no apple cider was involved with college cooking, it was still a little homier than usual. Let's take a look at what Corey cooked up this weekend.
Hello and welcome to College Cooking. This week I have a very special guest, my mother, who is a caterer for Please to Feed You Catering, and we are making a very special treat, something that I grew up loving. So what are we making today?
We are making what I call meal in a muffin. And what I do, it's basically muffins with, we have crescent rolls, and let's break them up.
All right. What other ingredients do we put in this?
Well, you can put whatever, 4 eggs, 1 cup of milk. That's all that matters because that's going to make it hold together in the muffin pan. So what I'm doing now is you just take a crescent roll and you put it in each little thing over here.
So what do I just put this entire thing in there?
Just put the entire thing in there. And while Corey's doing that, I am going to add the ingredients that I chose today. I'm gonna mix it in.
Oh, it smells so good already.
Oh my God, yeah. You see how easy it is? It's done with the prep.
Put it in.
We are gonna just spoon the stuff in, and look at all that good stuff. So we are going to put this in the oven now.
And what
375 degrees.
And how long?
About 15 minutes. You'll know when it's done, when it's nice and crispy looking on the top and a little brown, not burnt.
So then what do they look like when they're done?
Oh, you know what they look like.
Oh, these look
piece of mine.
Oh, right, this is mine.
These are
This is
yours.
mine.
These are the gluten-free.
All right, so should we both taste them?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, ready? Cheers. Oh, it tastes like home.
Well, if we were home, you would be doing the dishes right now. Let's go.
That's all we have for College Cooking. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Corey.
Now our Corey Shegda is here in studio with us, so tell us a little bit more about these breakfast muffins. They look delicious.
Oh my goodness, they are so good. All right, so we have 3 different types right here. All of them have the same ingredients inside of them. So it's eggs, we have peppers, we have onions, some
sounds like
beef
my favorite
hash.
omelet.
Oh my goodness, and cheese, my favorite.
Okay, you're scaring me because I'm a picky eater. Okay.
You're gonna like this.
Okay,
This.
good.
Okay. So this right here, this is just with a regular crescent roll on the outside. So you guys want to try this one first.
Okay. All right, I'm scared.
Okay,
I'll
go
go
first.
first. You want?
There's
Yes,
two, yeah,
sir.
split them in
Okay.
half
I
for you
like
guys.
all
Super
food. Thank
easy.
you. You cut them for us and everything.
I know, so
nice.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, so
I
that's
love things like this.
That's exactly how they were growing up. Now, recently I have
like
developed
that.
the gluten intolerance, which is super unfortunate for me.
Yeah, it is.
So we
Oh.
have some
Oh, no.
2 gluten-free options actually.
Okay.
Just
as delicious.
Yeah, so if you guys want to try this one
okay.
next, so this one actually has a corn tortilla around it instead of the crescent roll, so it's a little bit healthier.
Okay. So, you know what? Actually, I have a question about gluten-free. Oh, wait. Oh, try
yes,
this
that one.
first.
Try that one first, yeah.
I can't take
Yeah,
directions.
so it's
Okay.
probably going to taste a little bit the same. It's just not
Okay.
that buttery crescent roll around. It's just a corn tortilla instead.
Got it. Now,
that's
I'm
delicious.
not GF, I'm not gluten-free, but is it still healthy for me to be gluten-free?
It is still not to be gluten-free, but just to have the gluten-free option, just because if you think of crescent rolls, they're buttery, and
right.
everything. The corn tortilla is a little bit of a healthier option.
Cool.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Corey.
I
for
loved
having
it.
They're
Thank
so
you.
delicious, and they're so easy on the go. We love it.
Yes.
So great.
And don't go anywhere because we've got a self-defense instructor here, and he's going to teach us something about safety.
Now, welcome back
back to ELN Morning, and you might have noticed we've changed because we're in studio with Professor Robert Thomas, a self-defense instructor at ELN, to teach us a skill or two. So thanks so much for being here with us.
Yeah, it's great being here.
Yes. So first off, how did you get into self-defense?
I started as a young man. I've been doing self-defense for about 20 years. I've owned a school here in town for the last 8 years, and I've been a professor at ELN for the last 6 years.
Awesome. Actually, our producer is taking your class, I hear. Very nice.
Doing very well.
And
we're well defended.
Yep.
And have you ever had a student come back to you and say they've had to use the moves that you've taught them?
Yeah,
ever?
actually, one of my ELN students, probably about 3 years ago, said her friend tried to pull a prank on her jogging, and she did a little
pulled
trip
out the
on him.
moves.
Yeah, pulled out the moves.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad it wasn't a serious circumstance.
Yeah.
But all right, but I want to know some moves for our own safety. So
Sure.
could you teach us a few things?
Okay, well, the biggest thing about self-defense is don't escalate the situation. Also, use a little common sense. Be aware of your surroundings when you're out there. So in that, once they approach you, let's say, you want to have a good stance. You don't want to stand on a tight rope or a surfboard. You want to be more like stand on train tracks. So hands up.
Right.
Yeah. Protect the brain, protect your vital organs. Okay, so heart, lungs, liver, all that good stuff. So elbows in.
Okay. Elbows in.
Make a fist here. Okay, and this would be a typical fighting stance.
Okay.
All right, now, in the case
Feel more protected
of,
already,
yeah,
yes.
you're tough. You look dangerous. That's the most important part. All right, so from here, let's go to a passive stance, which would be before it escalates to a fight. This is a prayer stance, okay? From here, okay, you can take your left hand up, protect your head, right hand, and this is blocking. Okay, so that'd be the first thing.
This is prayer.
blocking.
Like
this
I said,
is prayer.
this is my only defense at this point. It's a good
Yeah,
prayer.
it's prayer.
So I really need you today.
Prayer
all right,
helps,
prayer
okay?
is passive.
Also, and in this world, you know, with lawsuits and everything else, you want to look passive.
Okay.
You know, I can say anything I want to Paige Ashley,
don't want to
but
start a
I
fight.
don't want to look like
Right.
I'm being the aggressor. Okay, so this is good. Now, if it takes another step or escalates, now we ball our fists up. So now
And what
we're
if
here.
they do take a strike? Then
If
what
they
happens?
take a strike, then you're going to block. So
Block.
yeah,
Elbow
right
up. Is
here.
that a block?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, I feel
Good.
really
Look at her.
intense.
Yeah, she's tough. All right, so
Okay.
hands are up here.
Okay,
Now,
hands are up here.
So you defended yourself.
Now what if I want to hit him back?
If you're going to hit him back, okay.
She's
this
getting
is-
aggressive,
I'm
everyone.
a pacifist, I swear.
This is your jab. This is your cross. So your left hand would be your jab. So
Left
punch
hand is
out.
my
So you just
jab.
go right
Yep,
out.
Right out
Jab.
to your chin.
Okay.
Yeah, straight out like you're punching yourself in the mirror.
Like,
And then-
okay, that's a good way to think of
exactly.
it. Okay.
And then right hand out, that's your cross.
How do you get the most power? How do I?
Do I need to start
any-
exercising?
like
Because there's
any
not much here.
sport, Yeah, any sport, whether it's baseball, golf, it's all in your core. You guys do Pilates,
Okay.
you guys work out, so everything would turn here. Okay.
Turn.
So
Yep, turning.
is it like
yeah.
a torso turn
It
kind
is.
of thing?
It totally
Okay.
is.
Almost like
All
when
your
you're
power.
swimming and you're.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Exactly.
And
There's
you're
many
punching.
martial arts moves that are compared to swimming. You're catching, grabbing, pulling in. So if that's what works for you, that's
Okay.
great.
Okay, so boom.
all your
Boom.
power from your
Ooh, I
core.
cracked my back
okay,
doing
so
that.
let's
Ooh,
careful
did not
there.
stretch before this.
So let's practice. So
I know. I
hands
noticed we
up.
both have our shiny jewelry on.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Okay.
So we
Let's
gotta-
send us out with a good punch.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's hands
Okay.
up. So let's protect ourselves because it's
Okay,
self-defense.
Okay.
And then punch.
Punch.
There
That
we
was
go.
awesome. Thanks so much, Professor Robertson, for joining us. That's all we've got for you this morning.
We hope you have a wonderful week and tune in next week at the same time, same place for all the news you want to know.
Have a great week, Elon.